Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my tier list. Right now, if you are watching this, the Google Doodle Champion Island Games event has officially ended on Google's end. You can still play it if you look it up, but as far as Google's concerned, it's done for them. And what better time to end our time with the Champion Island Games by updating my tier list. I have uploaded a tier list video on Google Doodle Champion Island Games, but since then they have updated the game to introduce two more stages to the game. One stage for archery and one more stage for rugby. And the results are mixed. As far as the other sports go, no changes have been made to the other sports. Artistic swimming, still S rank, it's great. Ping pong is very good, A rank. Skateboarding, I have softened up to the idea of skateboarding, but not enough to change it to a B. Marathon and climbing, I have replayed them and they are still as frustrating as it can be. They're still on the E tier. Still on E tier, right? So, getting back to the two sports they get their stages added. What do I think of them now? Well, it's sad to say, but they have definitely worsened in quality if you add them up. Archery, with its first stage, it's challenging, slightly unfair, but it's really tense and still enjoyable, right? It's still playable. The new stage that they introduced for archery is unplayable. There's a difference between unfair and unplayable. The first stage, unfair. Second stage, unplayable. You have to be really lucky about your timing and your placement. Alright? I've heard the tip that in the beginning you really have to like move from side to side, and at the end fans will align at the middle. But to me it's too inconsistent. I've watched a few gameplay videos and they don't really align with what the tips are saying, so it's sad to say, but it's virtually unplayable for me. And it really saddens me because it really takes a hit. And unfortunately, it's now in the B tier. So, with that said, what do I think about rugby? Since it's in the D tier, it's not really that high. Well, you really have to plan out in advance. There is an element of strategy now, an element of tactics involved in how you play the game. Alright? I really appreciate that. It gives some dynamicism to the game that wasn't there before. The problem is, of course, the AI. It is absolutely horrible. They get stuck so badly. Alright? By the time you get to like 90% of the course, you will have no one left. Now this might not be a problem if they haven't made the stage so winding and complex. It's not even a rugby court anymore. It's not even a rugby stadium at that point. It's completely something different. Speaking of different, the number of Onis you have to go up against have seemingly quadrupled. At the start, you will get bombarded with like 4 blue Onis by this side and 4 other blue Onis by that side. You're a little bit, and you go forward. There's a big red Oni waiting for your ass. Alright? It kind of gives off the vibe of, you know, when before Mario Maker existed, they have Mario hacks, Mario hack levels, where the difficulty is just amped up almost to the point of unplayability. That's very reminiscent to rugby, because it lacks the polish of at least archery, you know? Even though it's virtually unplayable for me, it has some sensibility to it. You got new obstacles like the boards, Yoichi, speed has been increased, but it makes sense for the character. But rugby, there is no reason for the amount of Onis to be as such. With all that said, however, I'm not gonna place rugby lower or higher because the problems, the pros and cons of rugby are still present if you add stage 1 and stage 2 together. So that's it. This is my definitive final ranking, final tier list for Google Doodle Champion Island Games if they don't update it in the future. If you have any different opinions that maybe I don't know, if you have different views from mine, you can voice them down in the comment section below. And if you agree with me, tell me what you agree with me about in the comment section below. Just whatever. Talk about whatever you want. Talk about ice cream. Talk about your favorite ice cream flavor for all I care. Just have a discussion in the comment sections.